chipper for $51,500 from Vermeer All Roads. This was in our budget. We planned to purchase this year because we knew the old one was about shot. And then with the COVID financial crisis, we decided we'd try to hold off and see if we could make it another year with the old chipper, and we didn't. So Brian did a nice job. This is a state bid program. The old chipper was 22 years old. This company, Vermeer, has been in business since 1948, and they're located up on Route 18 if we need warranty work. So we obviously need the chipper. It got maybe a little bit, I think the tornado chipping might have done it in, but so we would like to move on this tonight so we can get that piece of equipment.
And actually, I guess that we're going to throw that into Andy's committee real quick. I guess they put that in with Andy because Jim couldn't be with us. You got anything going on with that, Andy?
No, I'd asked Brian about it, and I was curious because of the price. It's substantially cheaper than even a used one, and so he did confirm with me it's new, obviously a state bid. The $51,500. From what I could tell, they were north of right around 90,000 or so for one with low hours. So the price is fantastic. I'm a little shy of passing anything, spending money without being live and in person, but that's just me.
Any other comments? I'm guessing without it, then we just don't take care of stuff we have to take care of, and that concerns me a little bit if we can't, take care of clearing roads and that at this point.
There's no question we need it. We'd have to go out and rent one, I would assume. And I understand what you're saying, Andy, but I mean, this may be as live as we get for a while.
Yeah, I hear you. Okay. It is a fantastic price though, so I can't say anything about that. And the other one is completely just destroyed from what I understand.
Yes.
It's beyond repair. Okay. Yep. Well, since I didn't really read this or open my committee, I don't know if I need to close it, but I can close it at 6:23 unless someone else has a question. Okie doke.
I don't know if there's any other questions. Any other members have any questions?
Nope.
Do we need to read this or anything official, or wait till we get
Not till the meeting.
Not till we get into our meeting. Is there anybody else has anything in their committees they'd like to talk about? All right, then I'm gonna go ahead and open the City of New Franklin Council meeting this Wednesday, May 6th, 2020. We'll call it 6:23. If we can all stand for the pledge.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. I think there's a little lapse with the Facebook, but that's okay. Can we get a roll call, please, Kelly?
Mr. Hargett?
Yes.
Mrs. Jones?
Here.
Mr. Fetterman?
Here.
Mr. Hall?
Here.
Ms. Norris?
Here.
Mr. Stock?
Here. All right. There's definitely, it's throwing me off with, I'm watching this on the sidebar with it's about 30 seconds, but anyhow, I'd like to make a motion of approval of the amended minutes from the regular scheduled meeting of April 1st, 2020.
Second.
We have a second. Any discussion on that? All right. Make a motion. We got a motion and a second. Roll call, please.
Mr. Hargett?
Yes.
Mrs. Jones? Yes. Mr. Fetterman? Mr.
Yes.
Fetterman?
Yes.
Mr. Hawk,
Yes.
Yes.
Ms. Norris,
yes,
Mr. Stock,
Yes. All right, that passes 6-0. I would like to also make a motion to approve the minutes from the regular scheduled meeting of April 15th, 2020.
Second.
We have a first and a second. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Mr. Hargit,
Yes.
Mrs. Jones, Mr. Fetterman,
Yes.
Mr. Hawk,
Yes.
Ms. Norris,
yes.
Mr. Stock.
Yes. All right. Well, I guess we're going to move into our public comments. Please keep your comments addressed to council in under 4 minutes. And as of right now, I have no comments. I have one that was 5 minutes ago that you just popped up. And that's all we have at this point. I'll give it just a minute here because it's going to get, we're definitely behind. So I'm going to. Okay, here comes the comments right now. Still no comments. Can you hear me, Katie, right?
Yeah, she's got herself muted, but
Okay.
I can hear you.
All right.
It doesn't appear that any have come in. Mine.
No, I have not seen any. All right. Well, again, as stated in our committee meetings, we have nothing on our regular agenda this evening, but we do have a first reading on a supplemental agenda, which is,
Yeah, I can hear you.
okay, it's,
It doesn't appear that any have come in. Mine.
yeah, I don't see any. So we'll go to our first reading on our supplemental, which is Resolution 20-R-27. Kelly, you read that for us?
A resolution authorizing New Franklin to enter into an agreement with Vermeer All Roads for the purpose of a new Vermeer BC 1500 brush chipper for the service department and declaring that this resolution shall be effective immediately upon passage.
Resolution was assigned to community development. And if there are no more questions, since I'm in the minority, I move that we vote on this tonight.
Second.
So there's a motion to waive the 3 readings and a second. Roll call, please.
Mrs. Jones,
This is a motion to vote, am I correct?
this is a motion to waive the 3 readings.
Yes.
Mr. Fetterman,
Yes.
Mr. Hawk,
Yes.
Ms. Norris,
Yes,
Mr. Stock,
Yes.
Mr. Hargit.
Yes.
I move we adopt 20R27.
Second.
We have a first and second. Any discussion on the motion?
I have some,
Okay, roll call, please.
Wait, Judy does.
Go ahead, Judy.
can you hear me?
Yes.
I feel the same way Andy does. I feel that we maybe would be better off waiting at least for a couple of months to see where things are going and if we're going to get the money in.
I didn't hear all that. What was that again?
I'm saying rent something.
Can you repeat that, Judy?
Sure. I said, I feel the same as Mr. Fetterman. Right now, it's really hard for me to vote on something that large. If we knew we were going to be getting some money from the state, I would be in agreement with it. I think we'd be better off renting for a few months and then coming back and buying this, even though it's a fantastic deal and I don't normally have a problem with it. It's just the fact of the situation we're in right now.
All I could say to that, Judy, I understand what you're saying. It looks like Jim Kotz has joined us. And Jim, there's been a first reading on Resolution 20R27, to purchase the brush chipper. Andy referenced some reluctance to do a first, to approve on a first reading, given the context of what we're doing, the fact that we're not all live together in a room. The motion to waive the 3 readings was approved 6-0. And now we have a motion on the floor to approve that resolution. And Judy has indicated some concern about spending this money at this point in time, given the financial situation. And I was just going to respond to that by saying that it's a really good price, and it's a piece of machinery we absolutely need. Whether we're ever going to get any money from the state or the federal government, if we do, we're months and months away from that, I'm sure. Right now, well, I mean, it's, we don't want to spend it, but it's just a piece that we need. It's hard for me to imagine another piece that would go down that would say to you, we got to have it. But we're really at a loss without this piece of equipment. So I think it would be good money after bad if we had to spend money on rental, because eventually we're going to have to buy this thing. So that's my take on it.
I agree, Paul. I mean, if you rent it for the next couple months and we use it, and it costs you, I would guess, in the area of $3,000 to $5,000 to rent it on a regular basis if we needed it, that money's gone then. So, I mean, at that price, and Andy said he had checked, and I don't know how good that price is for, but I'm in favor of buying this piece of equipment.
As far, can I be heard?
Sure. Yep, we hear you.
As far as the price goes, I did a little look at it, and the price seems good with the state bid. Looking at used equipment, only a year old with like 400 hours on it, is $65,000, so $15,000 more than what we're getting this new equipment for. And I'm sorry, I'm just joining in. I didn't hear any discussion before. But is there the possibility, instead of outlaying all this cash, that we can do a lease purchase type of thing with this? Over.
There's always that possibility. However, now we will be paying, if we do that, then we will be paying more than that amount. In the long run, you'll be adding on I don't know what the interest would be at this point, but we'll be getting up there into the realm, I'm sure, of what you're talking about. The used equipment is
and that's just that we don't know what that interest is going to be. And if we see the revenue coming in, then we certainly would have the option to pay it off early to save on that. Again, just throwing out as an option.
The one factor to float around here is I would say, sort of the immediacy of the need. This is something this is a piece of equipment they use all the time. And, if we, decide to think about lease options, we're going to be another 2 weeks down the road without this piece of equipment. That's my thought.
Any other discussion? We do have a motion on the floor. Without any other discussion, I'm going to ask for a roll call, please.
Mrs. Jones?
No.
Mr. Fetterman?
No.
Mr. Hawk?
Yes.
Ms. Norris?
yes,
Mr. Stock?
Yes.
Mr. Cotts?
Yes.
Mr. Hargit?
Yes.
All right, it passes 5-2.
Yes.
All right. All right, that takes care of our legislation this evening. We're going to move into the mayor's report.
Thank you. I'll just start on COVID. We are aware of the current directive, the Stay Safe Ohio directive, that we're continuing, of course, to be compliant with, but it does impact a lot of what we're doing out here. The 10 or less people, social distancing required. Specifically, no recreational sports leagues permitted at this point in time. Our parks are open. I adjusted the directive today because originally we said no more than 5 on these ball fields. but consistent with the Stay Safe Ohio order, I've amended that to 10 or less on the ball fields, given the fact they still need to comply with social distancing. I have notified the baseball, softball folks that the leagues are canceled. If somehow things open up in June and they want to do a short season, and it's really not just the governor's office, but we also have the Summit County Department of Health weigh in on this as well. But we'll keep an eye on that. It impacts city events, of course. The Memorial Day parade will not be able to go forward. There's been a group that's done a nice job putting together a virtual Memorial Day parade, and we're excited about that. And please check our website and our Facebook page. Opportunities for people to participate. We're going to have a bike contest and a pet contest, and we'll get some vintage video from some of the previous parades. And if you have any, send it to us, and we'll see if we can splice it in. Where there'll be a page on the Facebook page for people to post what's going on with them for Memorial Day. So, but we will keep the honor of the service, and we will have a service at the cemetery with the traditional invocation, benediction, the gun salute, and the taps. The food drive is set for next week, and we also are supposed to be getting a variety of food boxes for folks 65 and over. So when those things come in, we'll give everybody an opportunity to weigh in, and if we can help people, we will. But we hope that you're able to support our it's a food and food items and the typical things we would ask you to collect for people that are in need through this crisis. And the full list is on the website. Want to thank Jim Kotz for putting together the blood drive, and he will, I'm sure, give us a report and let us know how that went. But that was a really good thing for the city, and very much appreciated. The financial aspect of it, listen, I know it wasn't comfortable for anybody to spend $51,000 today. It wasn't comfortable for me to suggest that to you, but I can tell you that we gave it, a good shot and tried to make the old one hold up and just couldn't. So I just think there's some things we can't just totally grind to a halt, and we still got to make smart economic decisions. And I think this was one, and I think you did the right thing. Where we'll be, if we're 3, 4, 5 months from now and it's another $50,000 piece, obviously, we'll have to look at it again a little bit differently. And we have taken a department by department, where are we vulnerable in terms of equipment? We knew we were a little vulnerable on this one. Also there's another piece. What's the other road? The other piece, Susan, that we're kind of keeping together as best we can? The
Great all.
Yeah, the Great All, which is a major expense. So, that's the only other piece that I can tell you right now that we're hopeful that we don't have further repair on. Otherwise, I think we're in good shape with our equipment, and I don't anticipate having to come back and saying to you that we need another $50,000 piece. Beyond that, I think we're doing everything we can to cut costs. We are doing everything we can to chase money.
I don't know how.
And I'm staying very much in the loop on that, and I will keep you folks in the loop as well. We've got some sort of creative ideas that we might be able to dip into some of those state and federal funds that others might not. So I'll keep you posted in that regard. We are staying in touch with our businesses. A number of them will be able to reopen here soon, and we're giving them all the support that we can with resources and information, et cetera. And I have reached out to them. Well, we got something going out tomorrow morning where I'm asking the businesses, if you reopen, let us know that so we can put that on our Facebook page and our website. And if this thing has driven you to the brink of losing your business, we need to know that. And there may be some things we can do. This CARES Act, there might be a window in there for funding for businesses that are in dire straits. So we're staying in touch with all of them, and we'll help them every way that we are able. And I think the service department, we are going to bring in one seasonal guy. As you can see, you know, we got behind a little bit with the tornado and the rain, and not having our seasonal guys on board. But everybody pitched in. I think Jim Kotz offered to bring his lawnmower up and do the administration building. And actually, Brian had beat him to the punch and come up himself and brought his mower up and did it. And then there were a couple of Norris kids went over and took care of Lakeside Park. So that's a beautiful thing. But we're doing the best I can. The people have been patient. We haven't heard much, and we're doing the best we can. So we ask you to continue along that line, and that's all I got.
All right. Thank you, Paul. Susan, finance for us.
Yes. Hi, everybody. We are actually going about pretty much 99% remote. You'll see us in and out of the office from time to time, and Karen comes up as well. But we're doing everything basically the majority of it from home. I have to give everybody credit in the administration department because it's a tap dance that we've been really doing. And I was telling the mayor the other day when we did our first remote payroll to finish it up, to finish like the tax checks and everything, Diane and I had to tag team it. She would get the batches together and she'd say, Sue, okay, it's ready. And then I'd have to go and print them out. So it's really been a lot of teamwork. So I give everybody that works here credit for that. I did want to let you know that right now we are still working on our GAAP financial report. So we still are working on that as well as our everyday stuff to get that in so they can do our GAAP financial report. And then as soon as that's done in the beginning of June, we'll be having our audit team come in and work on the audit. This situation normal, but not so normal. One other thing I did want to mention, I know that the mayor probably, I believe he spoke about this at the last meeting, that when he was talking about finances, that Governor DeWine, through the Bureau of Workers' Compensation, they had decided to give back the 2018, I believe, payments that businesses made. And I did want to tell you that we did get that check. It was for $41,440.97. So we did receive that in April. And it goes as it normally does. It gets divided up between the general fund, fire, police, and the roads. So that is a good thing, not something that we expected. So we're grateful for every little bit. Other than that, that's all I've got at this time.
All right. Thank you, Susan. We'll move into old business. Any old business?
I guess I could step in real quick about the blood drive. We had a successful blood drive. Right now, the total is 31 pints of blood donated from people throughout the community, and is very happy to have it. Erin Klosser at Gather at the Lake jumped in and volunteered the place right away, and it was fantastic. She had everything set up and was very excited to have people there. And we had the scout troop. I don't know their number right now. I'm sorry, but we had 6 scouts there helping out. They volunteer to help with registration and check temperatures, people coming in, and the snack table and stuff. So all in all, it's very good, and hopefully we could do another one again in the future. So.
All right. Thanks, Jim. Anyone else? All right. New business. Any new business?
Do you have something, Judy?
I do. Can you hear me?
Everyone here? Judy has something.
I'm not sure if this was new. We mentioned it at the last meeting, giving to the food pantry. That is really important for the people in this community. There are so many people that are without food right now, and that's one place they can go and get what they need. So if people would donate to that if they're able to.
All right. Everybody get that?
Did everybody hear Judy?
I didn't.
Yes.
She was asking that everyone donate to the food pantry.
Okay.
All right, thanks, Judy. Any other new business? All right, we're into our public questions and answers. Katie, have you gotten anything? I don't know if I should refresh. I just still have not gotten any more.
I haven't seen anything come through, but I am getting updates of people joining. So far I haven't seen any. You might want to give it just a few seconds here.
All right.
Paul, you brought up a good point about people being patient as we're going through this, and comments about parks and different things. And I agree. I think people have been very patient, and especially when we're able to get back to them with answers when they have a question or concern about, like the Lakeside Park or things like that. And I believe Katie was able to answer some questions for them and give them some information. And I think people appreciate having that response and us being able to get back to them.
I agree. I appreciate that. And Katie's done a nice job of giving us heads ups on those. So
Thank you. And it doesn't look like any comments have come through, David.
Okay, I am not seeing any myself. So, all right. I'm pretty sure we're not having an executive session, huh, Paul?
no executive session.
Right. I'm going to go ahead and make a motion to adjourn.
Second?
All second, all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, ayes have it. I'm guessing our next council meeting on May 20th, 2020, we'll be doing a Zoom again until we hear any different. Is that correct, Paul?
Until we hear something different from the governor.
Okay. So I appreciate everybody coming, and whoever was watching, appreciate you watching, and thank you very much, and good night.
Stay safe, everybody.
All right.
Thank you.
Good
Bye.
to see
Stay
everybody.
safe.
All right. We'll talk to you all soon.
David,
Yes.
I will put the resolution in your box.
Okay. And I'll
Okay.
swing by tomorrow and take care of that.
Okay, sounds great.
All right. Thank you, Kelly.
Thank you.
All right. We'll see everybody.
Bye-bye.
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 Do-de-do.
See ya.
You okay?